Welcome everyone to this week's interview. Today I'm sitting down with Jolynn Wilkinson. She is the 2020 and 2021 Speed 51 Short Track Draft Fan Vote winner, participant in the Bill McAnally Racing Drivers Academy, as well as a host of other accomplishments at her local short tracks and whatnot. Jolynn, how are you doing today?
I'm great. Just traveling, ready to get back home.
That's awesome. I think what's really cool about getting to interview drivers like yourself is that, a lot of times fans jump onto the bandwagon once someone's already a cup winner or once they hit a hot streak in the Xfinity series. But I feel like it's cool when people start getting to see people beforehand and they kind of get to start seeing their story and be with them on that journey. I know a couple of people I've interviewed so far, they've had all these ups and downs even in the past year that I've done this. I'm like, it's just cool seeing this journey, that it's not just jumping in, a junior motorsports car or Joe Gibbs car and winning, but it's, the lessons you learned at your local short track and whatnot. So, but I guess jumping into it, when did you first become interested in auto racing?
It's always been me and my dad and my sisters, but he has always raced. He raced every weekend all over the Southeast, running all Pro Series and the late model and super late model. But just being around him, really wanted to get into racing because that seemed to be the only thing that I knew. And whenever I was 9 years old, I just kept pounding him about wanting to race, wanting to get into a go-kart, wanting to do the things that he did, and finally let me in a go-kart at age 9. And we started traveling and winning races, and I raced go-karts for a very long time. And then at age 12, I hopped into a late model. And then a year later, I won my first late model race at age 13. So it's been a journey, that's for sure. And just so thankful that he is allowing me to do what he did as a kid and just want to push me harder.
That's awesome. A lot of a driver's identity is in their number. What is the reason behind why you run the number 11?
Actually, my dad for 11 and number 59. I actually just really like the look of the number 11 better than the look of the 59, but I have two numbers to choose from. I feel like he had more success in the number 11, and I just wanted to bring that on with me. So running the number 11 means a lot to me because that was his number, and he won a bunch of races with it. So just bringing on the legacy with the number 11.
That's awesome. What has it been like to be a part of the Bill McAnally Racing Drivers Academy? It's a team that has so much success, there's so much to learn. What's it been like for you?
It's been really cool working with new people and trying to figure out these type of cars. But I know I'm with one of the best race teams out here in the West and even the East. Bill's team is unlike any team I've seen before. Just being up here for the past week, they've taken me to lunch. They make sure that I feel like I'm at home, even at the racetrack. They give me the best of the best. I've never had a complaint with this race team. It's been so much fun. We have a great time in the shop. Bill, he's just a hands down great person. I don't think he really looks at the money side of racing. He really looks at his drivers and what they bring to the table and what they offer him as well. But BMR is such an amazing team, and I would compare it to Joe Gibbs' race team. Any big cup team out there, it's just as good as BMR, and I'm just very thankful that Bill's given me this opportunity.
In 2019, you had a pretty bad crash, and it was pretty well documented. What were the emotions like when you're sidelined and you realize, crap, like, we always hear about I can be injured, but now I am injured from racing, and then coming back to win at Huntsville Speedway after recovering?
That was probably the hardest time I've ever been through in my life. You never really think about getting in a wreck like that. Like, it's always like, oh, I'm strapping into this race car, I can get in a wreck. But most of the time you go out there and finish the race. And you come out not hurt most of the time. But whenever that happened, I really didn't think much of it. I told Dad, I said, I'm done racing. I can't do this anymore. We had no car, no funding. We had a little bit of sponsorship here and there, but it was from small businesses back at home just to get me by for the weekend. And going through that, if it wasn't for my family and friends, I probably wouldn't be racing because I was really done with it. I was scared, and Dad just kept pushing me, and finally he brought a car back home and said, we're racing. God wants you to race. And I was like, yes, sir. So we got the car ready. I went out and I won my first race back at Huntsville. So that was just a sign to me from God saying, hey, you need to stick to racing. Something good's going to come out of it. And here I am 2 years later out here in California running for Bill McAnally Racing. So if it wasn't for God, none of this would be possible. And I know everybody says that, but I really, really, truly believe in that because I got in the worst wreck of my life and was in the hospital for a week, and I didn't see myself racing at all. But I'm here still driving to tell my story for sure.
I think those are the best stories too, because you grow so much when you go through something like that, and that's part of your story. You know, as well as just how many young drivers, you know, even though you're a young driver yourself, there's people out there, you know, they're 6 and 7 getting in cars. But like when they hear stories like that, then whenever they have their wreck, they're able to look at you and see, okay, things can be bad, but I can overcome this because, you know, I
For
watched.
sure.
And then finally, from music to naps, drivers have all kinds of pre-race rituals. What is Jolynn Wilkinson doing right before she climbs behind the wheel?
Right before or the week before?
Whatever your ritual is. If it's a week before, that's okay, whatever.
So back at home, I cheer at Newtown High School. So I like to do all the, you know, senior stuff, kids stuff, whatever it may be, because I am a small town girl and I like doing all that kind of stuff. And if it wasn't for my friends, this wouldn't be possible because they support me. But working out, mainly getting used to the heat. I live in Alabama, so it's real hot and humid. We have to get ready for that heat, even during the winter time. You drive around with your heat on high and windows up. You just got to get used to it. And I would just say really working out, eating healthy, drinking water, Pedialyte, Gatorade, just trying to stay as healthy as possible, but not even just the week before. During the whole race season and off time, you've got to stay fit and ready to get back behind the wheel. But I don't really have a thing that I do before I race because I get a little nervous, especially in one of these cars. This is really new to me. So I try to sit back, maybe go through social media or something, answer back people through my DMs and messages, and just try to keep me uplifted and to keep my head right.
Awesome. Well, Jolynn, thanks so much for joining us, and good luck on your upcoming ARCA start. I hope everything goes well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.